Okay, today is like another kind of boring-ish kind of day, but I just got done doing some boring errands. I had to pop out to do some stuff, but a couple of things I want to do today. First thing I want to do is review the book. Well, it's not the first thing, but it's the main thing I want to do today. I want to talk about this book. So if you're doing anything with social media, if you're doing anything with your own business, if you're doing anything at all, I reckon you should hear what I have to say about this book, because it's actually really good, and it's not like a typical businessy book. Like it's pretty good. So I'm going to talk about that, but I need to clean up my studio because I opened up all of these boxes yesterday and I made a massive mess. I really hate cleaning up. I don't want to do it. Crushing it. Okay, so before we get too far into the video, don't shrug this off. Don't think that you don't need, or this book won't have anything in it for you, because I can guarantee you this can help you in some way, shape or form. I talked this up a little bit because I really do think that it has a lot of really useful stuff in it. Like, it's not a typical like business book. It's really different, and it's really laid back how it's written too. That's something that I really liked about it. If you follow Gary Vaynerchuk, you kind of know what he's like anyway. If you don't, check him out, because he's very like laid back in terms of like business stuff. I don't know, I think it's just a really interesting thing to do. It's not like one of those typical, he's not one of those typical online based entrepreneurs that will try to sell you really expensive stuff all the time. He's literally, I think he's been posting links to where you can like torrent the book online. So, you know, he's not the person that's like begging for money, and he gives away so many copies of the book every day. So I am talking it up a little bit. One, because I really like his content. I really like how real he is, and I just think that this book offers some really interesting stuff. Back in 2009, I think it was, he released Crush It, which was the first book. Was it the first book? I think it was the first book that he released. So it came out around the time that like social media and that was really starting to blow up. YouTube was becoming really big. Facebook was growing. Twitter was really big. All of this kind of stuff. It was really starting to pick up, and a lot of people were still really reluctant to sort of jump onto it because it was such a new thing. He pointed out in that book the potential that it has, and he outlined basic things that people could start doing to succeed on those platforms. And it went into some detail, but it didn't go into great deals of detail because you didn't need to at that time, because not many people were using it. So it was just like, just start using the platforms, get consistent, make good quality content, and just get it out there. This book does a couple of things. One, it has a lot of examples in it from people that read that book and implemented the things that he said to do, and they're really doing really well from it. Not all of them in there became billionaires and really hyper famous and successful, which is sort of the thing I like about it. The message in the book is not how to become a millionaire. It's about how to achieve something that you want to do and be happy while you're doing it, and not being stuck doing something you don't like. So that's what I like about it. It's not a book trying to teach you how to become a millionaire. It's a book teaching you how to make money doing the things that you like doing, or make a living, or just do the thing that you want to do and do it well. It's not the typical get rich quick kind of thing. It's really cool. I really like the stuff that's in it. So besides giving a heap of examples of people that have really, you know, gone all in and are winning and doing really well, it also gives you like literal strategies for every major social media platform that's out at the moment. There's strategies for Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, stuff for podcasting as well. It literally goes through and tells you exactly what you need to do just to succeed on there. So that's the thing I really like about it. So if you're doing anything with social media, if you're looking at supplementing your income by doing something else, and just like, get the book. You don't have to read all of it either. That's the thing. You can literally just go through, find the section on Instagram and read that, and it's going to tell you what you need to do to succeed on there. You always hear people talk about how there's no such thing as a defined path to success, and that's 100% true. But this does give sort of the closest thing that I think you can get to a defined path to success on social media. Now, it's a temporary path because once it starts to get a lot more saturated, these things are going to become a lot harder to do. If you implement the strategies that are in this, I think you could see some very real results. Now, I haven't started implementing them fully yet, obviously, because I'm still sitting here with less than 50 subscribers or something. But when I was reading this, especially when I read the section like on Twitter, because Twitter now is sort of I think people underestimate it, but it is a lot less prominent than some of the others. But I sat down literally for, I think, 10-15 minutes, not even that, and did the things that he said to do in that, which was search up a hashtag that's relevant to the things that I'm doing, and just interacted with people. In that time, I gained a few more followers just from doing that. And then those followers came over and checked out my YouTube content. So I gained a couple of followers on Twitter, and then a few from that came and subscribed. Now, he says to sit down and do this for a few hours a day. I guarantee that if I sat down, and I am going to start doing this every day, putting a couple of hours into each of the platforms I'm using, it's like if you did that every day, you're gonna see real results from it. It just works. Obviously, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that, you know, these strategies work for me and it's foolproof, because I don't know yet, because I haven't built anything big yet. But just from trying out little things and just putting a little bit of time into it, I do see the results of the things that he's talking about. And I can see that if you really did put in the time that he's saying to put in, it could lead to some really big things. That's where the examples come in handy, because it literally tells you about people that have made it, and it's not no-name people. There are people with... You will read this book and know some of the people that are in there. I'm not going to hype it up too much, because you could look at it and just think it's all bullshit, but I really do think that it's just some really practical stuff. There's no useless information in here. All of it is really useful, and it just goes through so much and goes into so much detail about everything. That's the thing that I like about this. You don't have to go back and read Crush It to get value out of this book, because this basically just talks about the people that looked at Crush It and went through and implemented the things he said, but they sort of worked a lot of it out for themselves. You don't need to do that. This straight up gives you like instructions on what to do well on different platforms. So it's really good. Again, you don't have to read the whole thing either. That's something I like about it. You can go through, and I did read the whole thing because I'm looking at trying to really, I want to try and use as many platforms as I can. It's a really good way to get started. I think it's the closest thing to a defined path to winning or gaining success on social media. I just think that it's really good. Okay, so I never actually bought this book. I didn't buy this. I won this. I won a signed copy. So I'm going to buy one for someone else, and I'm going to give it away. So to win, all you got to do is, let's do a typical YouTuber giveaway. You have to be subscribed, okay? You have to share this video, and you have to leave a comment. Leave a comment about what you want to do with social media. Do you want to do your own thing? Do you just want to live off doing what you want to do? Do you want to make a really successful career as a model or as a musician, a YouTuber, whatever? Leave a comment. Or do you want to just do it on the side? Do you want it to just be like a little side hustle where you can make some extra cash? That's all you got to do. Leave a comment, share the video, and be subscribed. Okay, that's it. I guess I'll see you all tomorrow for another epic, amazingly intense installment of my daily vlog. Alright, see you tomorrow.